Hello friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. And the Stampin' Squad is where we are learning together how to appreciate and value the creative spirit that's in each and every one of us. So welcome, I'm so glad you're here today. We're gonna make another cute card with the products from the Be Mine suite. I am obsessed. I'll just admit it now. I am obsessed with the products in this suite. So this morning I made another card and I thought I'm just gonna do a quick video and share it with all of you. Okay, so let's talk about what we've got here. Actually, let's just stamp first. Let's just stamp. There's one thing that I'm gonna stamp for this card. I'm gonna use my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And if you are not familiar with this suite of products, I'm going to be using the Be My Valentine stamp set, and I'm just using one stamp, the one that says, "You're as sweet as honey." So let's just do that real quick. Ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it right here in the middle of this piece. There we go. You're as sweet as honey. And for the sake of time, I did the die cutting separately, so you don't need to watch me do it in this video, but I will show you that I use this die from the Nested Essentials dies. Those are currently available, and let me show you what they look like. Here we go. So we've got 3 basic shapes here and several sizes in each one of these shapes. This is the smallest one. So I used that die and I did die cut out this sentiment, and that is what it looks like. So we're going to use that. Then I've got a piece of thick basic white cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish this. All right, this is thick basic white. It is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a piece of basic black cardstock, and this piece is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I did that because I just want the tiniest little margin of white to show around the edge. All right, so we're going to use that. And then I've got 2 pieces of designer series paper from the Be Mine suite. And this one is so cute. It's got little jars of honey. I love that. And this one has the little daisies on the red background. So the sizes here, this one is 2.5 by 5 1/4. Let me make sure that's right. Sometimes I write things down and I'm not sure I did it right. Yes, okay, 5 1/4. 2.5, 5 1/4. Okay, this one is 1.5 by 5 1/4. So to start, let's go ahead and take these and adhere them on this piece of basic black cardstock. Let me move that out of the way. And let's get these glued on. I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue today. And, well, let's put it right side up. That would work better, I think. So again, I cut these in sizes so that there's just a really tiny little margin peeking out around the edges. I really wanted the designer series paper to take up as much space on the front of my card as possible. And then this one is just going to go right here, right up next to that first piece. Let me press everything down. Now I've got some ribbon here. This is also from that same suite. It is the Sweet Sorbet bordered ribbon. Gorgeous. This is Sweet Sorbet in the paper, so it's a great match for the projects with this paper. So this is just going to go along the front like this. So I think what I'd like to do, just to keep this ribbon in place, I'm going to take a little bit of my Stampin' Seal, put just a little bit on there just to kind of hold it still. And let's put this on right there. Sometimes I find it hard to hold the ribbon in place and put the adhesive on, so this helps me a little bit with that. Now, I want to put some adhesive on the back here, so my ribbon will stay in place at the edges. Try that again. There we go. I'm just going to pick it up and look here just to make sure I've got it reasonably straight, and then just tuck it under and press it down on that adhesive. Same on this side. There we go. Well, happy with that. This is going to now be adhered to the front of our card base. So let's put a little glue on here. So this will go right here. And this card, the other cards I've made are Valentine-y. This one could be a Valentine, but I don't think it would have to be. It doesn't say Happy Valentine's Day. It doesn't really say I love you. It just says you're as sweet as honey. So I think it'd be a great thank you note. You could even write happy birthday in that, and it would be really cute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. So let me grab some dimensionals. I'm just going to put 3. Let's put one in the center and one toward each end. Take the backing off of those. Oops, stuck to my finger. And now, I'm not gonna center it. I'm gonna have it a little bit off center. And let's see if I can get that on there straight. There we go. So I press that in place, make sure those dimensionals adhere well to that ribbon and paper underneath. And I'm going to go ahead now and take this, another little piece of this ribbon, and I'm just going to slip it under there. And, oops, I'm just going to tie a knot here. Right next to my sentiment. And I'm going to zhuzh it around a little bit here. There we go. Let's trim that down. So let's take some off that and take some off this end as well. There we are. Now, the last piece, and I am going to put something on the inside of this card too, but the last piece on the outside is my bumblebee. Now, if you watched my last video, I showed you this whole pile of bees that I had already made up. So I didn't want to make another bee today because I've got a bunch of them ready to go. But I will link right up here a video that shows how I did this. All right, so you can jump over to that video and you can actually see me stamp and cut these out, actually punch them out. I used the Bee Builder punch for that, so it's super easy. It's real quick to make these bees. Let me attach the wings to the body of this bee. There we go. I like to do that sometimes when I have little, I don't know, what little creatures or different things that I know I'm going to use a bunch of it on my projects. I will go ahead and just sit down and make a whole bunch of them. So that's what I do with these bees. I made a lot of bees. And that saves me some time when I'm ready to create a project. Let's pull the back off these. We'll put this on, and then I have one little thing I want to put on the inside of my card, and we will be finished. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue right here because this is going to rest on top of my die cut. There we are. I love the bee winking. That is so sweet. You're as sweet as honey. Cute little winking bee. Now the other thing I've got is just a little honey jar. And so I did use my paper snips, and I just fussy cut that out of the designer series paper. And I'm just going to adhere that on the inside of my card right here, just for a little accent, adding a little bit of interest here on the inside of my card. There we are. Now there are other great sentiments in this set, so you could stamp something on the inside as well. I'm not going to because I'm not sure what I'm going to use this card for. But the other sentiments on here are, I love you no matter what. You could just say Happy Valentine's Day. Be mine. I use that on another project that I have a video for. Love you. You make my heart buzz. I also use that on another project that you can look up the video for. And then all these other cute things. I mean, you could just stamp a heart or something like that, or a flower if you wanted to. But that is the card I have for you today. It's super quick, super easy, and you can make a ton of these in a short period of time, especially if you just sit down and make a bunch of bees. All right, I hope that you'll make this card, and I will be back again very soon with another video for you. Thank you so much for stopping in and watching. Bye-bye.